Okay, here I am. Had to take care of a few things here before I got things started, but how y'all doing? Hey Nina, FLP Ox, and thanks for the sub Ox and Minor. Thank. What's up, neighbor? Hey, Survival Calms. What's up? Oh, I know what I want to do here. Boom. Hey, Purple. What's up, hon? Hey, Seven. Oh, I got that right, Seven. It's been one heck of a week at work. Backwood should be here in a second too, if he isn't already here. Hey, what's up, HDP? Oh, I am great, Nina. How about yourself? Yeah, just to get a couple things out of the way here before we just get talking amongst ourselves. Hey, how you doing, Mary? Um, I'm planning on Monday to rent a shelter for the get together. Um, the ones that I wanted to get that had electricity are closed. I think they closed them down. Well, I think one's being used for a class, and the other two I think they closed down after Labor Day, so they're kind of off the books. Oh, you're fine, FLP. It's actually not that bad. It's a lot less than I thought it was going to be anyway. Hey, what's up, Minor? All the ones I'm looking at, it could be a good possibility there, Purple. But the ones I'm looking at do not have electricity. Um, I'm down to four, and I want to nail down which one of those either. Actually, I might try to do it tomorrow if I think I have enough time because I have a photography job to do tomorrow too. But I'm down to four. One's on the North Shore, the other three are on the South Shore. The one on the North Shore, I think, is going to have the better view. To be honest with you, I just don't know how crazy it's going to be over there because North Shore always seems to be a little bit more busier than the South Shore. The South Shore, I hardly ever see anybody down there. Hey, Mickey. Hello, salad? You mean Jello salad? Hey, Backwoods. What's up, buddy? Hey, what's up, Jess? But I'll let everybody know the details on that as soon as I get them. I'm hoping to have it. If I can get it done tomorrow, I'm going to get it done tomorrow. If not, I'm going to definitely get it done on Monday. Oh, there you go, man. That's a good song. I like that song. That's what I said too, Walks. Hey, what's up, Brett? RB or Rescue Boss? Yeah. Hey, Mike. But yeah, this is kind of like a big step for me because I don't usually try to plan this stuff out. Um, okay, we'll do purple. It's one of those just like anything when you do anything like this, you kind of take a chance, you throw it out there, see what happens, and everybody's giving me a lot of positive input on this, so run with it, right? But yeah, and this is more of like a laid back affair. I'm not looking to do like since we're having a state park. I don't think any barter trade is going to be looked upon very nicely. Hey, what's up, Timo? Exactly, Finger Lakes Prep. Exactly, FLP. Exactly. Just the fellowship of it. And it's another kind of taking a cue from FLP. This is kind of a way to network. Well, it is a way to network, but you, instead of doing it online, you get to start talking to people face to face. Hey, what's up, Sam? You get to talk to people face to face, and you get to understand them a lot better. You get the pardon the term, but you get to feel them out a little bit. You can only do so much online. You kind of have you kind of have to. Sorry about that. I think there's somebody shooting outside, but you kind of have to take that next step to see where everything's gonna fit in. So it's kind of like that next step for me. In fact, my whole thing is I was going to rent the shelter, and I think the one pizza chain will deliver. So I was going to order a bunch of pizzas. Being as I'm not that great of a cook, so pizza it is, right? Okay, whatever that was outside's already done and over with. Hey, what's up, Virginia Prepper? But hey, oh no, you can't go wrong with pizza, and any other food anybody brings will be greatly appreciated. In fact, one thing I was going to say is bring whatever you want to drink, bring your own, as long as it's not alcohol. No alcohol in the state park either. Like I'll probably show up with a little cooler filled up with Pepsi and Rockstar. I'm working on it, Ox. I'm working on it. Well, I let's put it this way: I can cook. I don't blame it. I don't blame the FLP. I can cook. I cook for myself, and usually the things I make, like I would say, not too many people like. Is just oh, there you go, BWL. Everybody can use coffee too. Yeah, minor. This is going to be at Moraine State Park in Pennsylvania. Um, I don't have the address on me right now, but if I get the shelter, I think I'm going to be getting the address that they give you is pretty darn close because it's the address for the ranger station, which is on the South Shore. That's I think that's where I'm going to end up going. Yeah, what backwoods? It's in Western PA. It's in Butler County. Okay, thank you. And Marine State, there it is. Yeah, and Marine State Park's actually a pretty nice park, either shore. Um, there's less to do over the South Shore than there is over on the North Shore. Like if I get the one shelter over the North Shore, bring some frisbees. Have a frisbee golf course if you're so inclined. Hey, Juanita, what's up, hon? Not yet, minor. I'm gonna do that here in a little bit. I mean, not in a little bit, but probably in the next day or two. In fact, I'll tell you what I will do. Just give me 1 second here. Hopefully, you guys can still see me here. Because I'm pulling it up right now. Okay, there we go. Let's try this. And then come. Oh, this keyboard. If I don't beat it up, it just does not work at all. I mean, for everything else I use this laptop for, it's great, but for typing, not so much. The other laptop I had for doing any for any typing project, it was great, but for processing pictures, it sounded like a jet getting ready to take off. The graphics card just couldn't handle it. Yeah, like the old Royal mechanical keyboards, right? Actually, I used to have about three of those. Oh, those old IBM keyboards, man, you just could not kill those things at all. Lord knows we tried. There you get. We had a bunch of talking about that. The place I used to work at over Wexford. Um, we used to use a dummy system working off a mainframe, and it was nothing but IBM keyboards and just regular IBM keyboards. You could take an IBM keyboard, plug it in a computer, you're good to go. It just worked off the dummy terminal. But some of the things we did to those poor keyboards, and the keys would all fly off of it, and you can put the keys back on, and things still work. All except for airbags. We decided we're going to take one of those keyboards because they're just throwing them all out. So we just started messing with them. So we took one of them keyboards and set it up on an airbag inside of one of our parts cages. Yeah, that keyboard didn't last too long. In fact, I what's up, Christy? Try to hug. Nope, still ain't, the hug thing still ain't working through the screen there. But I actually pulled it. Saturn Wexford's now closed, but I actually pulled in there a couple of days ago just to look around the place because I haven't been there in a while, and I was still finding keys for my keyboard in the rocks. I thought that was hysterical. Oh, I hear you there, man. Oh, okay. Hopefully she's okay, Christy. That's a good idea, Rescue Boss. That's an awesome idea. Unfortunately, I do not have an unrestricted cell plan. And oh, that's good, Christy. And Backwoods and Purple Book could probably tell you, Moraine State Park, some of the cells coverage is a little spotty to begin with, anyway. Yeah, especially in fact, Backwoods Law is going to bring this up. You ever been to McCullough's Mills and those? As literally as soon as you step from the hilltop just over the ridge, cell stops right there. Cell just stops right there, right at the ridge. It stops till you get over to the other ridge, and when you get up on top of the other ridge, you can pick it back up again. Yeah, because I was hiking around there one time and walking through. I actually ended up shutting my phone off because it just was searching for tires the whole time. I'm just going to kill the battery. Well, as soon as I got to Echo Bridge, I walked up the hill because that's how I was going to walk the road back for some odd reason. I get to the top, turn the phone back on, and literally my mother tried calling me as soon as I started my hike and started over the hill. literally right there. I'm just like, and I didn't get it, and I still literally as soon as you go 1 foot over that ridge, you're done. The date of my event, minor, is September the 22nd. Yeah, and talking about that week, that's like the last Saturday of my vacation. Um, Earlier in the week, I'm actually hoping to go to Dayton, Ohio. It's something like kind of like on my bucket list, I guess you could say. I want to go to the Wright Patterson Air Force Space Museum. I just have to figure out what time I need to leave here so I can get there when the doors open. Also, my survival calm, so am I. I'm still working that out, Virginia, but think I don't think it's going to be before noon. I think noon's going. I think I'm probably going to try starting everything at noon. Maybe I'm going to try to be there about 11 o'clock with a couple other people, set things up. But I mean, this is once I get everything all situated. This is going to become this is a loose get together, fellowship, have fun, just enjoy each other's company type of thing. Oh, I hear you, Christy, and I'll let you know on that minor because I may have a couple things too, maybe I'm not sure, but just as I said, I just when I start thinking about this like last week, so I'm still working out all the details as I go. That's one thing nice about my job is I'm a delivery driver, so for about 10 hours, minus the couple minutes I'm out of the truck for each stop, I just sit there and think. That's all I do. That's not a bad idea, Rescue. That really isn't a bad idea. And so we can start with mine, get the ball rolling, and go from there. Yeah, because I could probably make, I could probably make one or two of those depending on when it is. See, my problem is I have to have my vacation in by the end of January, and usually at the end of January, I'm just kind of picking weeks out of midair, like okay, which because nobody tells me what's going on until like the last minute anyway around here. But it that is what it is. Oh, we'll be thinking about you, Mickey. But if you can make it, we'd love to have you. And that's another thing I alluded to. Is I have a photography job tomorrow. I'm doing another barrel race. Now, one thing about these barrel races is I find a lot of like-minded people here. The barrel races have a lot of like-minded people there as well. So I might try to get a couple people from the barrel races to come out too. I mean, they pretty much do everything a prepper does. They just don't call themselves a prepper, but they understand that. So, oh, I hear you, man. Um, Armageddonist. Hey, Thomas, how you doing, bud? Well, one thing I'm thinking about doing, I might do on. Well, actually, it's supposed to rain on Sunday, so I may not do that. If it's not raining, I may try to get another bike ride in. And tomorrow, before I go to the bell race, Hoping to shoot a couple videos too. Most good preppers are, Mike, which is interesting. Some people disagree with me on this, but if you go back through the whole prepping thing, when this all started, if you go back beyond that, you'll find that the original preppers were the original homesteaders and farmers. I know it may sound funny. What reason? And the reason I'm saying that is I have a buddy who's a farmer. His dad farmed that farm. His grandpa farmed that farm. His great grandpa farmed that farm. And the only thing that they go to the store for, literally, is snack food. They provide everything else for themselves. Um, they do their own meat. They pretty much do their own milk. Um, they grow their own crops. And the good point, Backwoods. Very good point. And most of those founding preppers, if you want to call them that, were farmers. Plain and simple. But see, the thing is people learn from those farmers and from those homesteaders and are doing it for themselves for future endeavors or SHTF or however you want to say it. So I know it's kind of a weird perspective, but if you think about it, hey, got to go. How you doing, buddy? Hey, Big Bad Dad, how you doing, bud? It's and that's another one left out. Small business and craftsmen. That those were other ones. And see where the small business and the craftsmen come in is if they needed something from the farmer, they would barter with the farmer. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much Backwoods. But the craftsman would make something for the farmer, and the farmer would pay the craftsman in food or goods of some sort. So it's kind of like a barter and trade type of deal. I mean, a lot of the farmers around here still do that. They're like, hey, do you have so many oats or do you have this much corn? I could give you this much hay for your cattle or what have you. Oh, see, up around here, there's a lot of people doing that already, Virginia Prepper. And the weird thing about it up here is I have a buddy up here who's a blacksmith. He's also a hipster, but he's a blacksmith. Hey, 3D, what's up, hon? But even like the whole hipster thing, I don't really agree with. But we're going to need blacksmiths. So it's like one of those things you have to kind of figure out exactly purple. But having a blacksmith around, everybody's going to have a different background, different set of beliefs. Is you almost have to kind of put those aside and just deal with him as a person. And as a person, he is cool as heck. A lot of the hipster stuff that some like we don't talk politics, we don't talk religion, and or anything else that could be conceived as inflammatory toward each other. We just know to stay away from that, and we get along great. I mean, you guys probably know what I'm saying. It takes all types to get through something. And the funny thing is that that blacksmith I think was from Beaver County someplace. He's called a Crazy Piper. If um, if you go to McConnell's Mill, if you live around this area, like Purple and Backwoods Law, don't live too far from me at all. I mean, I could probably, if I knew where they lived, I could probably be at their place in about 45 minutes. But at McColl's Mill, they have a fall festival. He's there every fall festival and he's selling his wares. And every once in a while, like some of the other people will come over with some goods and he'll trade goods with them for goods for goods. Well, see, it's been a long time since I've been to Lancaster. Lancaster's an interesting area too. I mean, I don't think the Amish should go for it, but if you're making a putting together a group and you get some Amish in it, you're gonna get some stuff done. Yeah, see, that's enough. I know a lot of people did that, did the Black Power and the reenactments like that, and they picked up, they picked up almost well, a lot of people are almost like lost skills. Yes, they do, Purple. Yes, they do. Um, like my cousin, he's a horse trainer. Anytime he needs tack fixed, he takes it to the Amish. He goes. He used to have somebody with like modern machinery fix his tack for him. Says they can never get it fixed right. He takes it to the Amishman, fixes it right every time. First time, every time. It's good to go when he gets it. And rescue brings up a good point because the Amish, they don't really rely on anybody. I mean, they do what they do. They make sure their family's well taken care of. Oh, taking care of an issue. All taken care of, FLP. Okay, sounds good. Awesome. Yeah, see, that's another point there, Rescue, because there's a lot of them getting into construction around here. It seems to be the younger set. The youngins are getting into that, while the fathers and the women are still staying at home taking care of the farm. Which that reminds me, I wonder how much about 3 or 4 dozen of Amish donuts would cost. There's a place like 2 miles down the road from me that they bring the Amish in every Saturday morning to do donuts. And their donuts, I kid you not, are about that big around. And if I back that up, that's about the size of my head. And like they're about that big around cross section. Oh yes, Amish donuts rule. Well, see, they do that around here too. In fact, over in Ohio, there's a couple good Amish logging operations over there. One of them is on the Ashtabula Steam Show site. They have a sawmill set up there that they run with a what they call a traction engine or a steam tractor. That's one of those real big like cases or heart bars or something like that. They run it on belt by that, and they'll some of the lumber they put out of that thing's just beautiful. It's all rough cut, but it's beautiful. Yeah, that's also a very good point there, Virginia. Hey, Craig. Yeah, but they do good building too. I see a couple of the building, just pole buildings they put up around here, and they do a better job than just about any other building company in the area. Hey, what's up, Will? See, the minute I pick them up out there, out here, they just hire a guy. There's a guy. It's like the short bus. The short bus goes around, picks them all up, drops them all off at work, waits about 6 hours, and does the process in reverse, and takes them all home. Hey, Frank. Hey, Chris. Yeah, you do need glasses at a rescue bus because she says I need glasses. I'm like, wait a sec. What? Oh, that's just funny there. Wait a sec. I missed. Oh, you just retracted. That's why I missed it. Okay. Yeah, pretty much rescue. Oh, there's a couple big sheet metal deals going on over in Ohio too, man. I mean, they do metal roofs, seamless gutters, all kinds of stuff. Good night, Nina. Okay, I'll check that out probably tomorrow, Will, because I think as soon as we're done here in about 30 minutes, I'm going to be going to bed. I'm pushing about 20 hours right now, so but it's all good because caffeine's still working really good right now. Yeah, I had a night, Nina. Had a little bit too much caffeine and got myself wound up, so I'm like, "Wah." Yeah, I hear you there, Rescue. That's another thing. I've been seeing a lot of them come in. Um, when I'm done with work, I always stop at the Sheets, which is like about a mile away from work before I go home and get dinner. And a lot of them been coming in with like the fall rest stuff on now too. In fact, I seen one driving, which I found out something about the Amish. Now this is kind of neat. The Amish are not allowed to own. Well, the ones around here depends on what sect I think you're in. They're not allowed to own a vehicle, but they can get a license to drive like a company vehicle. And the reason they can drive it, it's not theirs. They're using somebody else's stuff. Hey, what's up, Spicy? Do something else here. Doo-doo-doo. Boom. Ooh. Talk to you later. Go enjoy brownie there. Got to go. Let's see. I think that's where the sec thing comes in because I've seen Amish up here driving, or around this part of PA driving, and I've talked to a couple of them about that, and they pretty much told me it's a sect by sect thing. Some sects you're not allowed to, some sects you are, as long as you don't own it. Which I find out one sect, you can have two sects like a mile apart from each other, and one will be completely different than the other. Night, Shaw. Thanks for coming, buddy. See, I'm just a night owl to begin with. I've been a night owl for a long time, and that's why the job I have just like I can't get to sleep till between 10 and 11 o'clock, and I wake up at like 3:30, quarter to four. Yeah, but definitely tomorrow. I'll tell y'all. I'm hoping if I can get it done tomorrow, get it done tomorrow. But if I can't get it done tomorrow, I'm definitely gonna get it done on Monday, and that's getting that shelter secured. Now, anybody reading any good books or any good magazines? Which that's actually a good video idea for me when I think about it. Like I just downloaded all 6 volumes of the Foxfire books. Looking forward to reading those. Never read them. I've heard about them. Never had a chance to read them. So this should be interesting. Yeah. So far, I've been reading. In fact, I grabbed a couple of my back issues. The magazine I've been reading around here anyway is the backwoodsman. There's all kinds of neat stuff in the backwoodsman. I love that magazine. Oh, that's cool, Mary. Okay, because I'll try and look for the other 9 then. Um, BA threw him up on his Patreon, and pretty much his Patreon. I just kind of go and pick over the PDFs. That's pretty much all I do there anymore. I go to his Patreon, pick over the PDFs, get whatever um, intel I want to get off of that, and call it done. I may have to look at that one, even though I don't do any growing of anything as of yet. Actually, that's not a bad price for 13 books. That's what, about $11 a book, maybe. Yeah, Craig reason. I love that magazine. And it jumps all over the place too. Like I They have an article in there about being a gray man. Then right after there, they have plans how to build a portable ice fishing sled. Then they have like something else and something else. It's just a bunch of, and most of the stuff is most of the stuff in the backwoodsman. They have a couple people who contribute all the time, but a lot of stuff in backwoodsman is reader contributed. Like if I ever get any time, that's actually because they tell you like at the beginning of the magazine what you're looking for the next magazine. So if you have an idea, kind of give you a heads up of what they want for the next one. I'm gonna go through a list again. Maybe I can come up with something. That's interesting, man. See, I'd be interested in the principles, the history, and the training. Not that I'm the greatest marksman in the world, but anything that could help you be better at something, it can't be all that bad, right? Sounds like I need to start squirreling some money away in my PayPal and get the whole set. Now, that sounds interesting, man. That may be something I might want to look for. If if nothing else, I mean, for myself, the fieldcraft and history is what interests me. Hey, anytime FLP, pet Odin on the head for me, bud. Have a good night. Yeah, Zeus is just over here quietly snoring on his bed. About 10 o'clock, he just kind of goes flop over on his side, and that's where he stays. The ultimate sniper. I'll write that down when this is over. Okay, just as soon as I said he's over there snoring, and then starts making weird noises on me. Oh, Zeus is always a good dog, always, for the most part. Anyway, he still does some stuff every now and again, just like, what are you doing? I wouldn't even really yell at him. Just looking like, what are you doing, dude? He's like, oops, sorry. Hmm. Oh, there you go, man. Like, yeah, like one book. I could share this one now. I just have to go right over there. I said, there. You can see my bookshelf there. That's half my library. And get it off the bookshelf. But one book that I think will come in very handy for anybody who wants to build a bug out vehicle would be this one right here. Is this one? Back it up here. Now you can't read it, but it's called The Four Wheelers Bible by Jim Allen. This book has been around for years, and And this covers just about everything that you would need to know for going off road. I mean, just anything you wanted to know. And I know, I know, Creek Stewart. I think actually, I don't really have any prepping books as of yet, Mary. I'm working on that. I'm kind of starting the whole prepper journey myself. So yeah, you've read from cover to cover, and Maine, tell them it has just about everything. I think Backwoods Law read it too. It has everything that you would need to know. And I'm not downplaying Creek Stewart. I haven't read his book, but people tell me like How to Build a Bug Out Vehicle from Creek is a good book too. Everything Creek did is in here, and there's some stuff in here that he didn't do that still come in handy. And I just picked that up years ago because I was helping my buddy. Night, Will. Night, Seven. Um, oh, will do. You do as well, Seven. Oh, no problem, Minor. You see, that's a good idea. I mean, this is the original stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff actually in that four wheelers Bible that's I wouldn't say it's outdated. It would still work, but some of the technology has grown leaps and bounds. Like I don't have a bug out vehicle per se because I can only afford one vehicle right now. I can only afford one, so it has to fit the bill of both, but can't drink me out of house and home either. That's why I got. You're gonna laugh at this. I got 2018 Jeep Renegade, and there's some video. I did some soft core, I guess you could say, off roading with it. It's more unmaintained dirt roads and unmaintained dirt roads. I took it down that. It actually didn't do too bad. But this I'm looking around. They actually make a 3-inch lift and stronger diffs for that Renegade. So if I want to do a 3-inch lift and put 31-inch tires on it, that wouldn't be a problem. And see that's another option. Depending on where you live at, a bug out boat is an option. And see, the one thing about the boats is if you have, especially around swampland, most groups are not going to mess with swampland. You decide to bug out deeper into the swamp, you're probably ain't going to be messed with anyway. Oh, no problem, BWL. You have a great night, buddy. You see, I just got a hitch put on the Renegade. I just have to get a drawbar so I can haul my little trailer. I can haul upwards to a ton on that on the hitch. Which that for that little thing, that's not too bad. I mean, a Renegade is not that big of a vehicle. Um, you see, I like that idea too, Purple. In fact, I know a couple people that live down close to swampland, down around Florida, Alabama area. See, I used to do the two-wheel drive off-road too. I had a 2001 Ford Ranger. I take that as long as it wasn't snowing. I take that thing anywhere. My Renegade, it's a unibody. The way they build those unibodies, though, that I had a, Dodge Dart built on almost the same unibody. The Renegade's actually a Fiat. It's a Fiat 500L with a different body slapped on it. And for the Dart, they used about the same chassis, just the Dart was a front wheel drive, where the 500L and the Renegade are all wheel drives. And believe it or not, that Dart, for how low that thing was, would go off road. I, I I was taking that place. Um, if you look through my videos, I have a playlist called Drives or Rides or something like that. Look for the one on Nye Road, and you can see the front of that Jeep just kind of dive. I'm not going that fast. The GoPro makes it look like I'm going that fast, but I'm not. And it's kind of diving around. You can see a big hump in the middle of the road. Well, I took my Dodge Dart down that road. If I went through the ruts, I would have high saddled the car. I actually put one set of tires up on the bank and the other set of tires in the middle of the road and drove down. And car went down like it was dry. I'm like, okay. No, actually, a 2013 Dodge Dart, 1.4 turbo, 1.4 turbocharged, a 1.4 liter turbocharged engine. You can tell I'm getting, you can tell I'm starting to get tired here. But had 1.4 in front wheel drive. One of the new Dodge Darts that they came out with. My thing is getting back to why I have the Renegade as kind of like a daily driver bug out vehicle. I can only own one. The Renegade right now is getting about between 24.7 to 24.9 miles to the gallon, which isn't really that bad for an all-wheel drive vehicle. Even though I do miss the mileage from my Dart. My Dart, I was getting. Hey, Purple. Have a good night, hon. But Lada actually made some decent vehicles. Oh, those 300 straight sixes, you could just wump the living snot out of them, and it'll just keep coming back for more. I had a car years ago. My first car was a Maverick that had 250 in it, which was a smaller version of the 300. Well, that Maverick was a fun car, though. That thing was fun. Yeah, but all those 300s, I knew people who had a pickup truck with 300 in it, and their dad says, only give you an hour to blow up this motor. You're not allowed to drain the fluids, but you have 1 hour to blow up this motor. If you blow up the motor, I'll put any other engine in there you want because the kid's like, I don't want a straight six. So they start the truck up, take a brick, throw a brick on the throttle, and walk away from it. Just let it sit there and float the valves for an hour. Come back, take the brick off. It'll be overheating, puking, cooling all over the place. Take the brick off, put the coolant back in, and run fine. Tune-ups aren't too bad on them. Carbs on those things, like on my 250, they can get a little tricky. My Maverick, the 250 on my Maverick, the top half of the carburetor will always come loose. So we put Loctite on it and screw everything back down and be good for about 6 months, almost to the day. And then, like, I'll be driving down the road and go, I'm like, carburetor's loose again. Oh yeah, those 300s are little torque monsters. Yeah, see that's what my when I got my Maverick, that's what it originally had. That's why I kept on loosening up. The top half kept loosening up on me. Night, Christy. Have a good night, hon. But took that off. Ended up putting like a 4 barrel on it. It had the 250s come when they actually make the 250s. That the intake is actually part of the head. Well, what somebody did is they took a bandsaw, cut that off, and this was popular to do like in the early '70s. They would cut that off and drill a tap where the manifold was to take a regular intake manifold. Put that we took that one off, put on an Offenhauser with a 4 barrel on, and that thing would scream. Oh, we did all kinds of crazy stuff with that Maverick. All kinds of crazy stuff. Had a 394 barrel on it, a 3/4 bump stick for a cam. Had a header with a dump on it, and I was running alcohol injection on it. The alcohol injection, I kind of worked like the water injection. You put like a little mist right over top the carburetor, and it kind of cools the fuel charge down. Well, I was doing that with alcohol instead. I had a '75 Ford Maverick with a 250 straight six in it that would outrun Mustang 5.0s. It was insane. That's actually not too bad for a carb anymore. Or those 4x4s just did that you kind of drive like a bulldozer, kind of has two sticks. If that's what you're talking about, those things are wicked. I love them. Not very practical, but they're wicked. Anything you can just drive up to the lake and just keep on driving out across the lake, those things are just cool. Well, for a new carb and a tune-up, $150, that's not bad. Heck, my Dart wasn't too bad. In fact, I never did tune up on the Dart because it had all that 100,000 mile stuff in it, and even at 125,000 miles, it was still running fine, so I didn't touch it. Don't know too much about the lot of Cossack, just to be honest with you. I've heard about them. I've heard they're good, but that's about all I know about those. I mean, the orange thing is sitting right behind me there, Miner. Night, Mary. Hey, what's up, life on the trail? Night, Mickey. Yeah, if you're talking about that orange thing right behind me there, that's a hat hanging on my bedpost. Or there's a over there, the bottle thing over there on my nightstand. That's actually a Jack Daniels nightlight. Yeah, I got the Jack Daniels nightlight over there too, which is kind of cool. Hang on. Good, Bubba. I know, making up again. I can get to it. It's okay, buddy. There it is. There it is. Oh, That was the biggest thing with my dart. I used to leave my car unlocked, running all kinds of places, and just like aren't your festivals gonna sell your car since nobody can drive it? It's a 6 speed stick. No, the Renegade I have isn't a stick. The only way you can get those is like that is automatic with the auto stick function, which I don't use. I hate that. I hate that, but it is what it is. Exactly. I had millennials look at my car and says, "How can you drive that thing? Looks confusing." I'm like, "I've been driving stick most of my life, dude." Now, if I told you how I learned to drive stick, you guys would probably laugh over that. As I said, I used to work for Saturn Western. I learned how to drive stick, trying to drive customer cars from the car wash around the building to the front of the building. That's how I learned how to drive a stick. Is customer cars, especially like I had to get that 1-2 shift on because the Saturns have a real short first gear. So he actually had it shift in a second. I was used to over rev it a little bit and be driving a customer's car around. Oops. Oh, the customers love that. Oops. Actually, I've never had the pleasure of trying that. The 3 stick Mac is hard. Well, the twin stick's hard enough. Then you got the 3 stick Mac, which is I watch people drive those things. You got your hands off the wheels, and you're doing 2 sticks at one time, and you grab the wheel, and you do like 2 other sticks, and that'd be what the 18 speed on the Mac, or would the 18 speed be the twin stick on the GMC? See, I think my dad could. Night, Frank. I think my dad could probably drive the Mac, but when he started truck driving on his own, the first 3 trucks he had they just had a split transmission. He had a high and low range in it. You go through so many gears in the low range, and he skipped a lot of them a lot of the time. Flopped it over to the high range, and okay, man, he just flip it over to the high range, just keep on going. Which is because what's funny is I had an S10 that had a 5 speed in it. Watched him drive it. Now the S10 did not have a tack, and I still could. I've owned about 5 or 6, yeah, about 5 or 6 sticks. I could never get to the point where I was comfortable shifting without using a clutch. I could, in the S10, I was able to get it done every now and again. But I watched my dad drive my truck. First time he got in, he drove out the road and drove back and never touched the clutch once. I'm like, how in the hell can you do that? Oh, okay. Yeah, I can see where the 3 stick would come in there, especially when you're hauling a load of logs. You're hauling a load of logs and you needed to gear down them lower gears to get it moving or keep you held back going downhill or what have you. But we reached the top of the hour here, so I think I'm going to call it the night here because I'm starting to fade here. So, but I'm glad y'all came. I'm off to bed here myself, so I'm glad y'all came. I appreciate it. Love y'all. Hope to catch y'all soon. So, y'all have a good night. All right.